Okay, it's Saturday night's Romford Horror Festival again. We are here with the filmmakers behind the short and the feature film that we've just seen. Can you just introduce yourself, the name of your film and your role within it?
My name is Chris Harvey. I had the film Zombies Assemble, and my role was just filming it and narrating it and just experiencing the London zombie walk.
My name is Kieran Johnston, and I made Roadkill. I was the director, the producer. I sat in the back and I sat in the back booth all the way through, and I was the sound.
Martin W. Payne. I just drove the car.
And so well you did at driving the car as well.
Thank you. It wasn't my car. I needed to return it.
Oh, okay. Were you on the insurance?
Preferably without brown sauce on the inside, which unfortunately we got barbecue sauce on the inside as well as chicken nuggets on the floor.
So let's talk about how the films came into being. Chris, do you want to start first? How did you kind of hear about the event and then film it?
Well, I was first introduced to zombie walks by a guy called Omar J. Pinder, who I met at the Sci-Fi London Film Festival. And because of that, I found out you had the London zombie walk, so I attended it for sort of many, many years, and then sadly it went away for a while. The lady who ran it just got sort of quite exhausted, but now she's brought it back again, and it's come from there. So I thought, you know what, it's coming back, why not do a documentary on it? And yeah, I was glad I did, and it was a lot of fun as well. I'd missed scaring the public in that way.
No comment, right. You guys, how did you come up with the idea? How long did it take to write?
So, Martin, he came up to me on a shoot, and he had an idea for a film that requires 3 GoPro cameras in the car, and I thought it sounds quite a ridiculous thing, and I don't think it could be done. But I thought, okay, I'll try it out, and then it got Peter Tilley on board. So Martin bought a GoPro camera. I bought 2 more, and then we tried it out, and then it worked. There was no screenplay. It was all done from Martin and Peter's amazing just dialogue.
Yeah, just in terms of that, all the dialogue was improvised, which makes it very difficult when you have to do outtakes, which is why we decided to include them right at the end of the film. And that stemmed from me meeting Peter, I think probably at a film fest, Hornsey, and striking up a conversation with him on WhatsApp afterwards, and he said, I really can't do improv. So I challenged him. He did an excellent job, just a 5-minute, put yourself into this sort of character. And from that, we ended up with a, 87-minute film, basically improv all the way through, including having to improv around incidents that happened, like being followed by an ambulance, chicken nuggets falling on Kieran, who was laying on the back floor all the time.
Okay, sounds quite a challenge. Chris, challenges apart from getting annoyed by other photographers?
There were sort of quite a few sort of challenges in terms of actually getting lost at one point around Soho, because that's where there's just so many little blind alleyways, and why they decided to go through it. But I think my biggest challenge was literally just to make sure that I was actually photographing as well as filming at the same time, which is really, really difficult. So you will hear, when you sort of watch my film, all the clicks of the camera, that's actually me taking photos of all the action at the same time. So I was literally having to split my mind in two to keep my eye on both things.
And you guys, was it filming in the car? Was that the biggest challenge?
It was. So I had to sit in the back booth. I had to have my phone on me so I can take a look at the 2 well, at one of the GoPro cameras. Then I had to have some headphones in, trying to like hear the audio. And every time my phone would die, and then like we had I think 3 portable chargers, and we were trying to charge one, and then charge my phone and charge the GoPro camera at the same time, and then we lost connections, and then we tried to get it back. And I remember, I think Peter forgot to press record on his mic,
Right.
and so we had to go back and do it again.
I just drove the car.
And spilled chicken nuggets in it.
That wasn't my fault. That was
That's your version, though, isn't it?
and Peter's not here to defend.
This is a silly question. Do you know how many miles you drove during shooting?
No, I don't. But we did. The actual film itself, as it says right at the end of the credits, was from the City of Dreams to the City of Horror. Except I live in Windsor, so I had to go and pick Peter up in Chingford, and then drive up to Milton Keynes to pick Kieran up, and then drive down to Southend for the actual filming, and then take Peter back to Chingford, and then Kieran back to Milton Keynes, and then drive home. So I left home, I think, at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, maybe, and got home at 10 o'clock in the morning Saturday. I don't know how many miles I drove.
Have you ever considered being an Uber driver?
I think it's possibly a good way of making money to fund films.
There you go. When you see your films up there, what's the most satisfying moment? Chris, do you want to start first? One thing that looks great. That cool moment.
I mean, for me, if it was a moment up there, it would have been the actual improv from the zombies. So when I'm interviewing the sort of Chinese guy, when the other zombie just like comes in, and you can really actually get the camaraderie that the zombie walk sort of created. You see, lots of friends were created during that time, and I just thought it was just a perfect example of just how the zombies can bring people together, as well as tear them apart. So.
How about you guys when you see your film?
Well, I think it's just amazing just to have a film just shown here, because I didn't go to any film schools. I didn't do any film media. I was tutored by Jason, who's back there. He taught me how to film, how to do the sound, like everything like that. I work in retail, so I don't have much time to do like everything. I got a stamina, but then it shows that that anybody can, like, whatever I've got, they can just like film, start in their own film. Yeah. If you like have a disability, if you have like things like that, then just go and just show the world.
That's the case for both your films, isn't it? You just pick up a camera and just start shooting, really.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all I took really was my sort of photographic camera, my DJI Pocket Osmo, and it did the job.
Were there any parts, first question, how long did it take to edit your film, and were there any parts that you had to leave out that you're upset about, that you had to get rid of?
With me, I think I did edit out quite a few things. It just got to the point where I had just too many members of the public sort of screaming and yelling. So I just thought, you don't need that like all the time. So I just put in the best sort of screams, as it were.
Well, I took footage at home, and my Mac dies, so I had to go to Argos and I did buy myself a new Mac, and I edited it, I think, in the end of July. I sent it to Martin, but Martin was saying we should change this year. So then I had to go all the way back, and then I had to try and change everything again, and then I sent it back to Martin again, and then he says, nope, try again. So then I went back, and then I try again, and then he says, it's good, but just try again. So then I had to go to the Fright Fest in August, and I thought, oh God, I can't do this because I haven't completed the film. So then I decided to come back from the Fright Fest, and I went back to my Mac, and then I tried it again, and then Martin says, it's nearly there, try again. And then I tried again, and then I think August the 31st, he comes back and says, it's good.
In terms of what we shot, I don't think there's much that we missed out. All the edits were just a case of let's make it tighter. Coming back to the previous question as well, what made me proud seeing Roadkill was actually the fact that it's basically just the two of us in the car, and hopefully it maintained people's interest. And listening to reactions this evening was, it hits the mark. And I think in terms of the edit, what Kieran did was absolutely right for what it needed to be. It is a road movie. It is two people in a car talking, and I think it just moves at a pace, and it worked. So I'm also proud that Kieran's film is such a good film.
Final question from me. Do you want to start, Martin? What's your next project?
My next project is at the moment mega busy with work, with the day job, so I'm not really thinking about it, but I've got a couple of shorts at the moment that have been filmed and out, all linked in with the use of a mirror. So I've got an idea for a short, another mirror short, and there's another short film as well that I want to get shot this year. In terms of acting side, I'm open for offers.
There you go. Kieran, what are you working on next?
So I'm trying to revive back a Nightman. I tried to film it back in 2020, but of course COVID hit. So then I pushed it back, and then I tried to film it again in 2021 or 2. Then some actors they decided to say no, and then they pulled out. Tried again in 2024, and then so I thought, I'm going to try again. I'm going to use all of the money from my work, and then I'm going to try and fund it myself. I'm going to find the correct people, and then box some maybe 2 weeks off the work, and then try and do some bits over the next few months or next year or whenever.
Well, Martin's available, we just said that, so
Yes.
Easy, done, right.
I keep saying that to him as well, but hey.
Chris, what's your next project?
Well, my next project is literally to try and finish off a documentary ready for the Romford Film Festival. So the deadline is March the 4th. Anyone who wants to get their stuff in.
Thanks for the plug.
Yeah, get it in there. And that project is going to be the shifting of a 3-ton wall with a Banksy. How does it get from one building to another building? So it's going to be really interesting to see what people's reaction is going to be, because it does get, believe me, it does get exciting.
Okay, I'm on the edge of a seat. Right, so we'll see that at Romford Film Festival, and we'll see you guys again. Could I have a round of applause, please, for our filmmakers?
Thank you all very much.